Hello, everybody. There was a very good question out on YouTube, and specifically that the way it comes in with the holidays and the holidays after all it. There was a great question about the financial insecurity. How did that affect the union? How that affects the people? And it's supposed to not have to affect your union at all. Um, there is a lot of things. When you come to a point that you're gonna be united with your twin, I mean, things it's not gonna be really matter. Way back, I had a twin flames who they were chasing each other for 20 years. I worked out with them, especially with her. He was living down in Florida. She was up in New York. They ended up buying a house in California, I believe was, and they put their lives together there after they finish everything of it. Um, what was the question? The question actually was, does financial instability affect unions? How do twins worked out in the financial front? Okay, something very important to remind you that okay, there is a huge difference between relationship and a partnership. I'm gonna read you the definition. You're gonna find something we've been talking about it, and there is a very particular word. Okay, so I'm gonna read it about relationship. Relationship, noun, the way in which two or more concepts, object, or people are connected, or a state of being connected. Synonymous: connection, relation, association, link, correlation, correspondence, parallel, alliance, bond, interrelation, interconnection. The relationship between diet and diabetes. The state of being connected by blood or marriage. They can trace their relationship to a common ancestor. Synonyms: family ties, family connection, blood ties, blood relationship, kinship, affinity, consanguinity, common ancestry, common lineage, and so on. The way of which two or more people organization regard and behave towards each other. Behave towards each other. Okay? Now, this is about a relationship. And when we come with it talking about, the twin flames, when they become to union, they leave the relationship, and they already understand what that's mean relationship. We're talking about that when you move to the union, don't bring that relationship garbage into the partnership, which is I'm going to be reading you what the partnership is, because whatever happened in your relationship, it's not going to be definitely happen unless you are provoked it within your union. Why? Partnership. And the state of being partner or partners. We should go on and work together in partnership. An association of two or more people as partners. Plural noun, partnership. An increase in partnership with housing association. Synonymous: cooperation, association, collaboration, coalition, alliance, union, affiliation, relationship, connection. Did you pay attention of the word union? The word union does not exist into the relationship. Relationship, those are the people who they have a connection, but they don't have the partnership. The difference between the partnership and the relationship, we're talking about the relationship is a husband as a wife, and the partnership, the partner works equally together towards a common goal. where in the relationship is always is like I'm the wife, you're the husband. I'm the boss, you're the slave. I am the chief, you're the Indian. I'll stay home mom and you get to work. The very old type of the way this is correlated, it's organized, and the very old type, it's still affecting you. How would that affect your financial instability? If you make the mistakes of financial instabilities in your relationship, you probably will have the same thing in your partnership. You need to understand how money works. You need to understand how the finances works. Okay, I can create a one video just so you can have a basically financial education of what you need to have into. But most of the twin flames that I actually seen working, okay, they leave off whatever they can leave off, and whatever they can get and have with them, they have it. They not worry about material possessions, simply because the union, you will understand, the material possessions, they have no meaning. They're just the tools that we're using on this lifetime to get into it. In a partnership, the two people, they coming together and they talking, they are communicating, they are working as a partners, one and another, how to make the things better. So if you're talking about the financial perspective on the union, is those are the two people who they're gonna build everything from the ground and going up. In order you to have a very stable ground up, you're gonna have a strong base. If your foundation is not stable, then the whole house that you're going to build, it's gonna go rock into it. So what kind of insecurities you can have when you go into a union? You can have financial insecurities if you think the old way. If you don't take your partner's hand and he's like, okay, let's go forward. What do you need as far as finances in order you to live on? Do you looking for a huge humongous house that you have to work from Monday through Saturday? They don't have time for your twin and show off that you have a big house. Do you going to live in a small apartment and you can have a regular 8 till 5 a job, and when you come back you spend a very good time, quality time with your twin, and you can have some kind of benefits and after that. What else you looking at as finances? You need to understand in the finances, you need to understand lots of rules. But the biggest part is that back in the relationship, okay, right there in the relationship, there is a part of how the people are connected together. There can be, like for example, it says relationship between unemployment and political attitudes. Okay, those are the two different opposite parts in there. In the relationship, the part right there, it's I work, and when I want something, I'm gonna go get it. The biggest part of the relationships they fail is because the one of the partner works too much, or the other one it spends too much. And the financial part comes in that there is no balance. There is no this part, like for instance, within my relationship, there was never a money for the things that I want. There was always excuses, we don't have a money, for years and years and years, and I was tired of that. In the partnership, there is a uh, working together towards a common goal. So, for example, what the common goal of the partnership is: if you need a car, you need to go buy a car. You guys working together, you save the money, you go buy the car. But then there is a huge difference that I find within people. First of all, when you get into whatever you need to get to, doesn't matter what. If you're a twin flame, you know how this works. Whatever information you need, all you need to do is thinking about it. You get your download. You get your download of what you need to know. There is no any more of. That is the biggest gift within the twin flames. I know some of you laughing your ass now, watch this video. It's like, Dio, you're right. Yes. When you need some kind of information, all you do is just asking before you go to bed. You wake up in the morning and you already know some of the parts. They've been downloaded inside of you somehow. Everything it's coded inside of the brain, and if you need it, you actually have access to this information. Sometimes you get those downloads like a little ping in your ears, and in the next 10 minutes you already downloaded with everything that you need to know. This is like so powerful of it. This is like the Matrix, when you need the keymaster, okay? The keymaster right away, he can download the key that he needs to for whatever door he needs to open up. That's how that works. And it's a magical, and for a lot of people, they're gonna be like, ha 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 ha, it doesn't work. Go see a few twin flames, how they got learned from things that they never study. Then you'll figure it out that there is something more is going on. But it's the same thing with the finances, with the financial insecurity. But it's a more important part. In the relationship, you're working in finances, and you always will feel insecure. There is a one quote that says, there is no security in this, or there is only an opportunity. And there is an opportunity for the twins, they can do what they wanted to do right. A lot of the twin flames, they get together after so many years. And it takes a long time you to go ahead and create a program how you can sustain these finances of it. And this is why we're making the video, so the people, the twin flames that comes in, the new ones, they can come in, they can understand the parts, they can learn the mistakes from generations there before them. From 17 years, they've been staying away. Now they're getting together after 17 years. Does the 17 years have to get off out of your fears? Maybe, but you didn't have the information. It's the lack of the information. So, main differences. A relationship based on ego, based of what is my personal satisfaction. Partnership based off, so what is my partner satisfaction. The partnership works to please the partner. The relationship, it's what I'm gonna getting for myself with this relationship. I go to work, you cook, when I come back home, make sure there is the food on the table. That is the relationship. The partnership is, we coming back from work, we are cooking together, we are eating together. There's a huge difference that twin flames will bring into the society to change the society, to stop this these parts of how the marriage is supposed to be. The definitions of marriage will be totally changed. It will change from relationship, it will be changed into a partnership, an alliance, union. And uh, finances. The financial part is, if you buy a house, you need to understand you buy a house and you try to pay it off as fast as you can. Don't, don't, don't ever refinance. There is a rule of 50-25 that it states that for a half of the time you only pay 1/4 of what you borrow. That's why the company keep asking you to refinance your house every 5-10 years, so they can keep you on the part where you pay interest up front. The other part that you need to understand about finances, that is the rule of 72. The rule of 72, this is about investments in retirement. If you invest $10,000, for example, at 3%, they're gonna double in 24 years. 72, you divide at 3% for 24 years, your money will double. So if you know the inflation, it's 4%, but you're investing on 3%, so here you go. The buying power of your money, it's not worth it with the time when that comes in and they're gonna be doubled. You're already gonna be losing money. So your money has to be on 6, 8 or 10% in interest, or 12. For example, if you're there on 12%, which is a mutual funds, you can go ahead, 72, you go ahead and divide it on 12. Your money will double every 6 years. So make your own calculation, you will figure out the things, how it goes on. But you can have insecurities if you're a mother and you worry about your kids. That part, it's between you and your twin. How you gonna solve this part of it? Another financial insecurity, that will be if you live in one relationship and you have to live off half of your retirement, if you have one, to a spouse or significant other that you've been with it, in order you to move from the relationship, you get united with your twin. But the union between the twin flames, it's not the primary focus won't be the finances. The financial insecurities, they're coming from ego. They don't come from a soul. The soul used the money and the abundance as a tool. For example, the money that I make a little bit over, I using it over for the make conferences. Only few people know that I pay for the conferences, and some of the conferences we actually went a little bit down. I won't mention when and where, but what happened, that doesn't matter. But here you go, the universe some way, somehow managed to get the money back into me somehow. So don't be stepping up on financial insecurities. You can make excuses or you can find resources. You can't have them both. And the financial insecurity for the women specifically, when the man doesn't make money, instead of helping you out and looking at the things, they can go ahead and make it worse. If you're a man and you're tired of finances, you can make it worse. You need to look at it in a perspective of the soul, the way the situation is about the financial insecurities, and seek the balance between your spirituality and your material world. Unite them. Put them both together. This is why you're here. You're here as a twin flame to unite things, not to separate things. Okay? Pretty much everybody's been separating things, and that's why this world isn't separating things. Separate religions, we have a separate cultures, we have a separate things. We have one God that created us. Okay. So, um, why you gonna be insecure? Insecurity comes from fears. Fears of something will go wrong. And if you focus on the fears they can go ahead and increase themselves. And over time they're gonna be manifesting. So that is the part I want to leave you off with this video. It is about don't be insecure. The insecurity prevents you from union. You're here to have the union so you can have the peace of the soul. After the peace of the soul, everything else will come on its own. You go ahead and ask people who are now in union what they did and how they put their finances together. You can see it. There is a huge difference. They learn the mistakes from the relationship. Now they don't bring them into the partnership. Simply because the partner works for the other partner to be happy. So when the one partner is happy, the other is happy because the other one is happy. This is how this works. And the relationship, you make the wife happy and she's like, honey, you make me happy, but you know what? I want that Prada bag. You have to work more overtime, you know? That is the relationship. Or, hey, you know, the Johnsons, they just bought a brand new Cadillac, you know? I mean, we drive in our car, it's 10-year-old. Come on, you know? We have to be better than Johnsons. And that is the part of the Joneses that a lot of the things creates this part that you want to compete. You don't compete. When you are in union within the twin flame, they don't look to compete. The twin flame union wants to give. There is a huge difference between comparing and you want to give to the society. And you will see how the things will come up over and over and over. As the more and more twins will coming in together, they will give their fruits of knowledge. But that is a different knowledge. That is not a programming. That is a talk from soul to soul. And about the finances, if you find yourself going to the YouTube and educate yourself about finances, you can have a very, very good part into it. I've been in finances for 10 years. I used to do mortgages and life insurance, and I'm very, very well educated financially, how to do things, how to do a budgeting of it. So you need to educate yourself. It's the same thing like you need to educate yourself about the twin flame partnership. And this is why you're looking for information. You're looking for information to gain understanding how to navigate your journey as a twin flame. So when you are ready, the society have to look at you as that example and they to accept you. That is the whole part. Is the society that to accept you as who you are. And then the society begins to look at with different eyes on you. No more as, oh, you know, they're just, you know, another secret society. They're another things they're hiding. Look at them. She loved him or he loves him for 20 years. I mean, they smoking the stuff, you know. It's different when you achieve something like this. So take a look at it inside of yourself. Take a look at what you need to change. take a look of what you need to educate yourself. But the twin flames, they don't have insecurities. They have fire of love, and would love that comparing their life with what they have before or what they're achieving now. And they don't bring the old into the new. They are building the new. Thank you so much. Be love.